Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger is back. A flavor spectacle of pretzel proportion. Featuring applewood smoked bacon and hot and juicy beef. It puts beer cheese on top of Munster cheese and a pretzel bun on top of all that. Simply put, Wendy's Pretzel Pub puts the EAT in greatness. Try one today and see for yourself. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger.
For a limited time only at participating Wendy's.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Alrighty, here's another opportunity for you to feel old.
All right.
Yeah. Sam Sheen is the daughter of Charlie Sheen and Denise Richards, and she just turned 18 years old in March. So congratulations, you're old. Because I feel like, man, I remember they just have little kids.
To be honest, I don't remember them even having kids. How many kids do they have?
I think a couple at least. That was always like Denise saying, I don't think the kids are safe around Charlie.
You're right.
And all that stuff.
Oh, my gosh. It's so crazy to think, like, how long ago that was, the full-on Charlie Sheen meltdown stuff. Yeah. That had to be over 10 years ago, right?
I feel like that's at least how long it is.
And then he performed that over at the Angel of the Winds Arena in Everett. Remember that was like...
I remember going to that.
You went to that. That's right.
Yeah. It was terrible.
I fell asleep.
I didn't go. I made the right choice of the three of us.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Yeah. For better or for worse, Sam Sheen has decided that and she made this decision in an Instagram post, that she's now on OnlyFans. So there you go. Again, look, we just make the horrible assumption sometimes that, okay, you're on OnlyFans, you're going to be nude in some way, shape, or form, or use sexuality to sell yourself. But that's not everything that's on OnlyFans.
It's funny because I was just recently listening to Chris Jericho does a podcast, a wrestler, and he was interviewing another wrestler, Toni Storm, and she's like a great wrestler that's now part of All Elite Wrestling, and she was talking about having an OnlyFans, and the reason why she does it, there's no nudity or anything along those lines. She's just like, people have been taking all my pictures and using them in ways I don't want, and then I also deal with a lot of negativity on social media, where like Instagram, where I post pictures and I have to deal with the BS. She's like, I just took all that stuff off of all that social media. Now I just post my pictures and my daily content that's not naked and not porn or anything along those lines on OnlyFans, because if you're willing to pay to go to be a fan of my account, typically you're a lot more of a decent person to deal with than some rando that just shows up to be a jackass for free on social media.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I never thought of it in that perspective. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Now, what's Sam going to do? I mean, Sam, of course, Vicky showed me a picture. She's an attractive girl. Charlie is definitely very upset because I think he feels like she's probably going to go down some form of sex selling situation, basically, whether it be like racy pictures or whatever. I mean, I think that's what Charlie's thinking. Otherwise, why would he be upset if he was doing like that wrestler? Why would he care?
Which is understandable for the example that he set over the years of just being an upstanding person.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot that he really was a pillar of virtue. So.
You borrow my brain for 5 seconds and just be like, dude, can't handle it. Unplug this bastard.
And hard to believe, but how about Charlie not taking any responsibility for at least what he considers to be an upsetting choice by his daughter? He's not taking any parental responsibility. He's blaming Denise Richards, of course, because that's what you do when you're Charlie Sheen. You don't take any accountability for anything you don't like in life. Yeah.
Blame mom. Well, she's probably around mom a lot more than Charlie Sheen.
That's what he's saying, Steve. He appreciates that you get where he's coming from. He appreciates that, Steve. He says, she's 18 years old and living with her mother. This did not occur under my roof. # Tiger Blood.
Yeah, for all we know, he might have said this.
The Nike slogan doesn't say, just try it. No, just do it, man.
What does the OnlyFans slogan say? Just do it without any clothes? I'm not sure. What is your, I mean,
I am on a drug. It's called Charlie Sheen. It's not available because if you try it once, you will die. Your face will melt off and your children will weep over your exploded body.
Oh, that's why.
We don't want Sam to weep over your exploded body. So
what a tough thing to be a child of Charlie Sheen. Like,
yeah. Well,
what an uphill battle.
Mm-hmm. Charlie's like, you know what? I do not condone this, but since I am unable to prevent it, I urged her to keep it classy, creative, and not sacrifice her dignity. Again, a perfect example of a human being that never in his life ever sacrificed his dignity with any of his behavior. He is the ultimate father figure for him.
I mean, it's just like a whole different world now with social media. Who's she hurting with the OnlyFans? I don't think anybody. And
well, I mean, she's able to make a buck. I mean, that's what you're trying to do in life is find a way to make a living, and she's got the Sheen name, right?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, why not? Whatever she is willing to do to earn a living, I do not judge. That's the other thing is like, I don't care how people make a living as long as they're not hurting anybody. And, you know what? Sex selling in our culture, in our world, in our history of humanity, as long as it's consensual, got no problem with it at all. You know, if all sides are okay with it, why should I be involved?
And if she was really looking to hurt her father with this one, she could have waited till Sunday on Father's Day to make the announcement. She didn't.
No, she didn't.
So that's good on her, you know?
So I wish a happy Father's Day to my dad, Charlie Sheen. Also, I'm offering a discount Father's Day code.
Yeah.
Just type in
9% off.
Right. Type in daddy at the checkout.
Yeah.
No.
Or hashtag daddy issues.
Or maybe winning.
Yeah.
Boy, right?
So, of course, Denise Richards, getting wind of the fact that Charlie Sheen is blaming her for the fact that his daughter is on OnlyFans. Denise just said, quote, look, Sammy is 18 and this decision wasn't based on whose house she lives in. All I can do as a parent is guide her and trust her judgment, but she makes her own choices, which... Again, boy, who sounds like the more responsible parent, or at least
Charlie? Duh.
Yeah,
Duh.
You know, I mean, you get one response, and then you get the other. And by the way, this was Denise's response after she's basically been attacked by her ex-husband, and still Denise's response is the more reasonable and caring, and seems like the parent who knows what the hell's going on.
Didn't Charlie date porn stars and smoke crack? I'm just checking. Do as I say, not as I do.
All of that is winning, okay? Yeah. Gosh, I am very, very, very happy with that story because it just illustrates the kind of person Charlie Sheen is.
I mean, he should be happy to let her do that as opposed to I put out a tell-all book that would be a bestseller. Growing up the daughter of Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
that's where you're printing money.
Yeah, and it's probably not going to be pretty. Especially from, and when you're a little kid, boy, those memories are intense.
Shut up.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah. It's bad parenting on my part, Charlie. I should have stepped in and done something. Oh, yeah. Hey, how about this? A fan got banned for life for doing something beyond epic during the NBA Finals, but banned for life. I'll tell you what it did at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger is back. A flavor spectacle of pretzel proportion. Featuring applewood smoked bacon and hot and juicy beef. It puts beer cheese on top of Munster cheese and a pretzel bun on top of all that. Simply put, Wendy's Pretzel Pub puts the EAT in greatness. Try one today and see for yourself. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Pretzel Bacon Pub Cheeseburger.
For a limited time only at participating Wendy's.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. I don't know how to feel about this guy. This next story, I don't know how to feel about it.
I'm in love with this guy.
Yeah, that's what I figured you would be, which is why I'm kind of probably going to lean the other way.
Here we go.
His name is Dawson. He's made himself famous on YouTube. So right there, it's like, oh, okay. Well, how did you make yourself famous? And he did it by impersonating an NBA star, Warriors player Klay Thompson. And he did that during the team's championship runs. He was like, hey, man, I look like the guy. Let me go on YouTube and, hey, I'll make it look like I'm that guy.
Which is funny because, we always joke, that person looks like somebody from Wish.com. But he legit looks like the Wish.com version of Klay. He doesn't look exactly like him. He has a resemblance of him. And it's funny how he's leaned into it, like just having some fun with it with the fans and people take pictures with him because he, you know, if you look at him quickly, you're like, oh crap, that's Klay Thompson. But then you actually look at him, you're like, okay, that's not Klay Thompson.
Yeah, and he's like you said, he's I don't have a problem with that part of it. I don't have a problem with him, hey, look, I look like somebody famous, take some pictures, get some YouTube, of fame over that. That's fine. But, he took it a little further, last night during the, Game 5 of the NBA Finals as, Dawson Gurley revealed that he got banned for life from the Chase Center after he fooled security into thinking that he was Thompson, and he was able to walk on the court and shoot some hoops with the team.
That is amazing. To not only get in because people think you're Klay Thompson, but then to be like, yeah, get on the field and take some shots. Of course, Klay. That's totally you.
And, of course, he tweets about it, and he said, at Game 5, and the Warriors just banned me for life from their arena. I was banned because I walked past 5 layers of security guards who willingly let me through security without asking for ID and shot around on the court for 10 minutes.
I'm looking at the picture of him, and he's got like a Warriors hoodie on. He's got Warriors shorts on. But then you look at his shoes, it just looks like he has like low-top sneakers. Like, he just...
It's just out there.
Apparently, like the people on ESPN have talked about like some of the broadcasters, and like one of them like said, one moment I thought I saw Klay Thompson. I'm like, damn, Klay's been eating too many burgers, and I'm like, oh, that's rough.
Wow. Yeah. So, like you said, maybe the Wish version, and of course now, so he's banned. And he said, hey, I spent $10,000 on tickets, and they are not refunding me my money because I'm banned from the arena. And he's like, why should I be banned? Because their security is incompetent. And this is where I don't like this guy, because he's going to go, he goes on a tear about how it's not his fault. Though, he said, technically, I did not trespass. I talked to security. I went through metal detectors and walked right into the building. They welcomed me with open arms. I also never claimed to be Klay.
Yeah, but you also didn't say that you weren't Klay. When all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Like, I'm all for him acknowledging that this was an awesome way to scam your way onto the floor. But when you're pulling the old, I didn't do anything wrong thing, like, just admit, like, yeah, I went a little too far with this, but it was awesome. I would respect that.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
Right. He's out $10,000. I mean, though, I think he's trying to find a way to get his $10,000 of tickets back. I mean, that's the price that this cost him, which I think is fantastic. Okay, what's the price of fame? There you go, buddy, $10,000.
I don't know, man. Like, that's a tough one. $10,000's a lot of money, but to be able to say that you got to be on the court and shot with the team might be worth it. Lose that $10,000. That's
what he asked. People asked him, okay, was it worth that $10K? He said, absolutely. I was an NBA player for 10 minutes, bro.
Okay, at least he recognizes that, because I would agree with him on that. Like, you had that moment where you got to just shoot around. I would hope that there's video of out there somewhere of him.
He says he's going to be posting video today.
Okay.
At some point. But this isn't the first time he's pretended to be Klay Thompson. He did this back in 2018 as well. So I love that he tweeted like the actual dictionary definition of trespass: to enter the owner's land and property without permission. He says, I technically didn't trespass, but I'm also not mad. I get it. I infiltrated them twice. I would ban me too.
Ooh, infiltrated.
I didn't realize that. So that statement's not on my thing. I think I would like him better if I had that. All right, now I'm leaning in Steve's direction. He's not a bad dude.
Yeah, it's like he's just having some fun. But man, oh man, like at some point, like, so how did the security, they just go, oh, that's Klay Thompson, come on through? I feel like he had to have been like, hey guys, you know who I am. You know what I mean?
I'd love to be there to see how that went down.
And why does Klay Thompson show up to work wearing his hoodie and his basketball shorts?
Yeah, see, that's because he knows what's up. So, hey, Klay.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's so tough when you're security, at least from all the movies I watch and all the TV shows I watch. You don't want to be the one that gets reported to your head official saying, you didn't let that guy in. What's wrong with you?
Right, yeah. Exactly.
Because he's even got video of him like pulling up to the games in his convertible with his Klay Thompson jersey on, and they're like, the security people are just letting him through to park in the VIP section. Again, like, does Klay Thompson just show up to the games wearing his stuff?
Yeah, I mean,
he even gets a selfie from one of the workers there. He's like, "Hey, gonna get a selfie," thinking it's him.
Oh, yeah,
this is from a couple years ago.
This is more just a statement on people's vision not being the best than anything else.
And the idea that you want to, you know what, your brain wants to believe that your day is great. Oh my God, I'm meeting a celebrity. You don't look at the fact that, wait, why is he wearing his jersey coming into work? Right. Nobody comes into work this way. They usually wear a suit or something. or at least something. They wear something that's not your uniform related.
One texter said, "How many ladies has he fooled?" Well, with this story now coming out even more so, I got to imagine if he has fooled any ladies, we'll be hearing about that on social media very soon.
Probably, yeah.
I had sex with that guy. I thought he was a little big from Klay Thompson.
So now
around the gut,
Warriors,
another spot.
If you're the Warriors, do you embrace this guy? Do you have to really?
Well, no, they banned him, BJ.
I know, and that's the knee jerk. But I think, man, in the world of social media, look, it's sad. But he didn't do any harm. I don't know, man. $10K is a lot of money. I wonder if it could backfire on the Warriors. The fact that, hey, you got to give the guy his money back. What harm did he do? I'd be willing to. I want to follow it and see just what social media thinks of the guy. Like if they're on his camp, or if they're like, no, the Warriors are right.
Well, I guess it depends on the definition of harm, in a sense. Because has he legit hurt anybody by doing this? Of course not. But has he taken advantage of people, like scamming better parking, scamming his way onto the court? These are things that they don't want to encourage.
No doubt about it.
But you're right. Nobody was hurt from this.
I hope that security guard didn't get canned or anything for it.
Well, that would suck.
Yeah, especially since he took the selfie. I have a feeling they probably don't want you to do that. Don't bother the players. Ooh, because you're working for them. That guy could be in big trouble.
Man,
then that would
what
suck.
does Klay Thompson think about this? I know that he's busy trying to win a championship, but I hope a reporter asks him that question.
Oh, they've got to.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think Game 6 is in Boston, so some wise aleck Boston reporter's got to ask this question.
Oh,
if anything, to throw him off his game, because the Celtics are now, they're do or die. So whatever they got to do to be able to get in the heads of the Warriors, so the reporters do their jobs.
And he posted the letter, and the letter's it's a long-ass letter from the arena being like, yeah, you're not allowed to come in here anymore. From the vice president of security. Your conduct was in a violation of the rules of both the NBA and the Chase Center.
Okay.
And as well as a violation of the laws of the city of San Francisco.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like I wonder if he wanted to get a lawyer, how far he could go with that.
Damn, he's not only just banned from future NBA games, but also WNBA, G League, 2K League games, or any concert or event held at the Chase Center.
Oh, damn!
So he's not just banned from their games, he's just banned from the arena.
Wow. Damn, dude.
He's got to change his look.
Yeah, he does. He's who's he going to impersonate now?
I don't know, but if he just grows his hair out and maybe shaves that goatee.
Yeah, and then he just goes in disguise. I would Mrs. Doubtfire it. That's what I would do. I would Medea it. I would just go in and go, listen, this isn't me. What are you talking about? I got a dress on. What are you doing?
It is amazing if you walk anywhere with confidence, you can get, for the most part, you could just end up anywhere in an arena or a concert venue or something.
Yeah.
If you walk with a purpose, some people joke they got in just by walking around with a notepad in their hand and a pen. And you're like, oh, that guy clearly is important. Yeah.
We've seen it happen. We've seen it happen with some people that are around our show that were like, how did you get in here? You shouldn't be in here. Oh, hey. And they did a lot, I think, less than what Dawkins did, man. No doubt about it.
One texter says, my mom and my father and I they do law. My father-in-law, they do game day security for the Mariners. They're down in the tunnels where the players and Major League Baseball people show up to enter the stadium. Security is supposed to check everyone's credentials, even if they, quote unquote, know who they are. This is 100% on the security team.
Oh, that's not good.
Which sucks for the security team because they probably do have to do that, and then you get that one arrogant, celebrity, athlete, sports stars don't you know who I am? I'm going to get you fired for bothering me because I have to pull out my proof of who I am.
Yeah, it's a no-win situation. Or what happens if they don't have their credentials? And you know what? I really got to get to the game, guys. You know what? I'm starting at shortstop. Okay, J.P. Crawford's like, guys, what do you want me to tell you? I don't play today because I forgot my ID? Oh, boy.
Right, look at the stadium. All those people wearing my jersey. That's me.
Yeah.
Let me in, damn it.
One. That is a tough one. I suppose they make exceptions. That's the official statement from the Mariners security guy. But look,
if it's Ken Griffey Jr., I think you know who Ken Griffey Jr. is.
Yeah, but what if it's somebody that looks like Ken Griffey Jr.?
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
really?
I should test that. I should not pretend to be Ken Griffey Jr., but I'd be like, hello, I am Jay Buhner.
Yeah.
Look at this bald head.
Look at me. I'm.
You think I just shaved this for the fun of it?
Every white bald guy, people think you're him.
Right.
Yeah, so I feel like, they probably would think you're Jay Buhner.
I got to grow a goatee and a mustache, though.
All right, we'll get to work on that.
Okay.
Yeah, get to work on that.
It's like that time when I went to the gas station, remember? And the guy that worked at the gas station when I was buying some beer thought I was Matt Hasselbeck because I was wearing a Matt Hasselbeck road jersey.
That's all it takes.
That's what Matt Hasselbeck does before a Seahawks game is he puts on his white jersey, heads to a Mercer Island gas station to pick up some Coors Light, and then goes to the game.
Yeah, well, you know
what?
Gotta fuel up, buddy.
That's right.
Well, you don't live on Mercer Island, so you got to wear your road jersey. If you visited, home Jacksons, you'd be wearing, in Puyallup, you'd wear your home jersey.
Right, and also you don't want to wear your home jersey because you don't want to get it stained. As you drink those Coors Lights, the road jersey you're not wearing that day.
See, these are all good reasons as to why he thought you were Matt Hasselbeck.
Sure.
I mean, it's all plausible to me.
I would love to know what the players think about that guy. Like the ones that were shooting around, because he said he got to shoot out in the court. Did he get to shoot by himself? Or were they like, oh man, that Klay Thompson, he's showing up early to get some shots in before the playoffs? Or was he there taking shots with other players? I can't imagine that's the case.
That is a good question. I feel like for this scam to work, you've got to arrive early.
Right. Because a player would be like, dude,
what the heck?
Who is this guy wearing a Klay Thompson jersey? I know it's not Klay Thompson.
Yeah, exactly.
And does Klay show up and do like that Spider-Man pose where they're both pointing at each other?
Oh, yes.
That'd be amazing.
I like that meme. That would be great. All right, well, you know what? Congratulations to everybody involved, except for Dawson, who can't go to any event ever again in Chase.
So instead, I've gotten to a lot of arenas and buildings that I shouldn't have been in. All it took was a vest and a hard hat.
Oh, right.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense, man. I mean, there's always construction going on in our building, so I would never question anybody wearing a vest and a hard hat.
That would be so funny. Why do you have a hard hat in the back of your hat? Oh, I want to go see Slipknot tonight.
Yeah.
Put it on, walk on in.
Safety first.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
That's true. And then in the mosh pit, you have your hard hat.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
See this? I mean, again, Steve, you have got a lot of great ideas for scammers. You really ought to get together.
Well, I was a texter. I just read the text and
okay.
One step further.
Yeah.
Although I did, quick aside about Slipknot, I saw some people posting pictures. Slipknot at Climate Pledge Arena last night. Man, their stage setup looked phenomenal.
Right?
It looked insane. Because I just haven't seen Slipknot play an arena. They always play White River. So see what they were doing inside of an arena and then that nice arena like Climate Pledge, it looked pretty badass, dude.
Yeah. That is so awesome to have a downtown place where bands like that can come.
And a few people texted in also. I saw a couple people post how incredible the show was last night. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Damn it, Slipknot playing on a Monday night.
Did Corey say anything? Did he give you a shout out or anything?
He told me to F off.
He did? Okay, good. Well, that's it. That's what we want. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
What is the shape of the Milky Way?
It's brown and square, rectangular kind of.
No, not the candy bar.
Come on, it works.
Shape of a circle.
No.
It looks like a big spoon.
No.
It does. It really looks like a big spoon.
There is no spoon.
Oh, that's right. Then I guess we're going to have to say it's a spiral. That's what the shaped like. You want to shout at BD Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I'm getting my wages garnished. Can bankruptcy help with that?
Absolutely. One of the big reasons people file bankruptcy is because they have a judgment or a lawsuit against them, or their wages are getting garnished, and so they can't pay their other regular ongoing bills. People sometimes think that you can't file bankruptcy once they have a judgment against them or once a garnishment has started, and that's not true. Filing bankruptcy will immediately stop any garnishment that you have going, except for child support, and stop your creditors from continuing on with garnishments of your bank account, your wages, and in most cases will discharge that liability through the bankruptcy process. And we can file a bankruptcy case for you usually the day you come in.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Julian Greeding here from Bellingham Ford Lincoln with some exciting news. The order banks have opened for the 2023 models and we have great deals for you. Ford F-150, Bronco Sport or Ranger, and we will lock in your price, lock in your 500 rebate, and lock in your interest rate at 2.9 for 60 months on approval of credit. Custom build the vehicle you want and don't worry about price increases or rate hikes. Come see us at Bellingham Ford Lincoln on 1820 James Street or at BellinghamFordLincoln.com.